knows what you think about me, and I know I shouldn't care. I really tried my best, but I can't make you happy, and I can't stop time for you. I don't know.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we have a video that I think it's one of my most requested videos that I ever get here on the channel. This year has been full of changes for me, so many of the bags that you saw on my past handbag collection video you're not gonna see anymore, and there's a lot of new additions. But I think I counted the bags and I think that I have the same amount of bags. I did downsize in a lot of other things such as SLGs, shoes, some pieces that I had that I was not really using. I wanted to make sure that nothing that you see here is gonna go anytime soon, so I just wanted to wait, and as of now I can kind of tell you that I think that all of these bags are gonna stay. I don't think that I'm gonna sell any of this because I'm really happy with my collection is right now. So yeah, let's just get right into it. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Lu and I am 24 years old. Please let me remind you that I am 24 years old. I work, I have a job, I also go still to college, but not because of my age, because I started again. And I'm addicted to handbag, shoes, I'm addicted to traveling, but yeah, mostly handbags. So this is like the video that I try to make once a year. Please consider subscribing to my channel and click the notification bell down below so you don't miss any of my videos. I'm definitely very excited. I don't even know where to start. I decided that for this video I was gonna wear a plain white t-shirt just because there's a lot of bags that I'm gonna be showing you. I don't want to just take attention from them, so I just want to be very plain and simple. You can see the background is very much white just because all my bags are around me. I don't know where to start. I wasn't sure if I was gonna just do it randomly or by brands, and I decided to go by brands. This is gonna be a long video. Please go grab a snack, grab your coffee. I don't know what you do while you watch my videos, but this is gonna be a long one, so please bear with me. At the end of the video I'm gonna talk about my SLGs, at least the ones that I have left, because most of them I sold them. So I kind of decided to start with Louis Vuitton, and this is my Louis Vuitton Keepall Macassar in the 45 size. And Macassar is because this is from the men's collection, and I got this I got this like almost 3 years ago, and it's the classic Louis Vuitton monogram but with a black trim. So it usually, the classic Keepall has the bachera, and it's actually like not raw leather, but it can get water stains and whatever. And as much as I love that, for a travel piece like this one, I just wanted to go for a safer option, like just avoid any type of water stains. So yeah, this is my travel bag, and the main way that I use this is by putting my handbags, like I don't know, classic flaps inside here, and some of my makeup, maybe whatever I need on the flight, and I just have it with me. I don't check this. This goes on the carry-on with me, and all my bags always go with me on the plane. So yeah, this has been such an amazing addition to my collection. I am very happy with it, and I would definitely recommend it. Now this bag is one of my first loves that I found for Louis Vuitton, and this is a Speedy bandolier in the 25 size in Damier Ebene, and I got this a while ago, like a long while ago. To be honest, this has been such a great bag, and I got rid of so many Louis Vuittons this year. Like, I love Louis Vuitton, but for some reason I just was not reaching for most of them. So this is one of the ones that stayed, and I'm very happy about it. I use it non-stop. However, I do have to say that the hardware has been wearing terribly, and I'm not happy about it. And I went to Louis Vuitton store to ask if they knew how to help me with it, but they didn't. I don't know what to do anymore. Like, the hardware here, it's very, very tarnished. But other than that, the fact that it's Damier Ebene, which is my favorite print from Louis Vuitton, and that it has the red interior, I just love this bag so much. I have a Samorga organizer inside, and I just use this mainly as like groceries, or when I have to go out, like just fast and simple. This is one of my grab and go bags. Very easy to use. I don't really have to think twice about it. So that's one of the main reasons why I really love this bag. So now comes one of my most used bags in my collection, and I think this is the one that this bag started all of this. I swear, I was obsessed with this, and this is the Louis Vuitton Palm Springs backpack in the mini size, and I owned it also the PM size, which is one that's a little bit bigger than this one. The story of how I actually started like my handbag journey was because I was living in Barcelona and I would see like a lot of girls wearing this bag like around town, and I just didn't know what the name was, so I started looking for Louis Vuitton backpack on Pinterest, you know? And when I saw like some of the pictures of this bag, I just fell in love like way more. If you can relate to this, like when you like a bag and then you go on Pinterest and you start looking like for inspiration, you just fall in love with the bag 10 times more just because Pinterest makes it look like such a cute vibe. I don't know how to explain it, but that's basically what happened. But surprise, surprise, it was impossible to find. I tried to make this my first handbag, but I actually could not find it, so I bought the PM size, which I later sold just because it was not exactly what I wanted. So took a couple of years to be able to actually get this one. And I get a lot of questions about two things about this bag specifically. One is the luggage tag and how I have it on. I actually, if you follow me on Instagram, I have a highlight where I show specifically how you can tie the luggage tag so it looks exactly like this. So I think that this is a very cute addition. And the other one is how do I make it actually a backpack, but because it has like a very long strap, many people don't really use it as a backpack and just crossbody. I actually use this as a backpack, and what I do is very simple. I just do one piece, like it comes with two parts. I just use one of them and it's the long one, and you can see that I have it clipped here, and the other end I just pass it through this hole. Like I don't use the two sections, just one. And the last piece that I have from Louis Vuitton, and I know that that's crazy that this is it that I have from Louis Vuitton. It's been a crazy year. You're gonna see a lot of Chanel, but this is the last piece that I wanted to just keep in my collection, and this is the Louis Vuitton mini boîte chapeaus, and this is like the necklace version, and this is so cute, and it's in the reverse monogram, and I just love this bag. I had the big version of this and I just loved it so much. The reason why I let it go is because I bought another bag and I kind of didn't want to put more money into it, so I thought that I was gonna sell some of the bags that I was not reaching the most. And my thought process behind it was, I'm gonna hide this bag for a couple of months. It was specifically like 4 months, and if I don't reach for that bag in 4 months, or I don't even miss it, then I'm gonna sell it, because it makes no sense to keep that much money just sitting on a shelf. But I decided to sell it, and I decided to keep this one, and it comes with a gold chain strap, which is very cute. And if you ask me, no, this does not fit a phone, obviously. Doesn't even fit a credit card. I know it. This is my chicken nugget bag. I always talk about it because it's like only fits chicken nuggets. It's more like a statement piece in my opinion. I love it to have it inside my bags, not really as an actual bag. And I have here like a lot of things. So here's the chain that it comes with, and I can actually make it crossbody, but as I said, I rarely use it as an actual bag. I use it as an SLG. Now this next section is Dior, and I have been so in love with Dior. I actually want to add more bags from the brand to my collection, but I struggle to find like the perfect ones, because when it comes to Dior, because it has like such a not bad but not the best resale value, I just want to always be safe rather than sorry with what I buy from that brand. So the first bag that I'm gonna show you, it's the Dior book tote, and I actually have the large size, not the small one, in the navy oblique. And yes, you can see that it's a massive bag. Like I know it. You don't even have to tell me. I know it. But I mean, it's such an amazing bag for traveling, especially, or for work, because I have a MacBook 16-inch, which is very big. I haven't used this in quite a while, but I am not in the circumstances or situations to actually wear it, so who knows what's gonna happen with this one. But definitely I love it. I just feel like it's an amazing bag, and I don't feel like it's like a trend that passed on fashion. I just feel like this is gonna be around like a while. Now the other bag that I have from Dior is actually one of my newest additions, and this is my white bobby bag. I love a lot about the fact that everyone says that it looks like it has something on the buckle. Like I talk about it on the unboxing video, so the buckle has a shape. Like we know it, we see it. I find it funny, honestly. Like every time that I use it, it makes me laugh a little bit, so I don't feel like it really takes away from the bag. And the fact that it's such like a cute, it's not really a true white, it's more like a cream, so I really love the way it looks with dresses and with summer outfits. So I just want to get this bag not only for the summer, just like year round, but mostly because I love wearing like dresses and shorts, and it really suits my style. And it's the first white bag that I have in my collection. I've been looking for a white bag for so long, and I just can't seem to find the perfect white classic flap, so this was like a little fix for the moment. It does not fit my phone. I know that that is like such a downsized for the bag, but honestly I usually have my phone in my hand all the time, so I don't really think that it's like such a big deal. And it has an amazing back pocket that does fit my phone if without a case. And if you want to see a little bit of an overview of the bag, like in the front it has Christian Dior and it's like a buckle, but it's not really a buckle, it's just like magnetic closure, and on the back it says 30 Montaigne and a back pocket, and that's it. Like on the inside it has suede leather. Like the opening is a little bit weird. I've got to say that the opening is weird. Now I'm gonna go with Chanel, and I think that I'm gonna start first with my classic flaps, just because they're like the main center of attention for my collection. They're like my main thing. Like if there's something that I would openly say that I collect, is definitely classic flaps. So I'm gonna start with sizes, like the biggest to the smallest one of them. And the first, it's going to be, I think it's the oldest one that I have in my collection, and this is my Chanel Jumbo. And this I bought pre-loved, like this I didn't buy new, so it's quite old. I would say that it has like more than 10 years, and it's in caviar with silver hardware, and I really love like the shininess of this caviar. I feel like it's very puffy. I specifically wanted a jumbo just because at some point I was obsessed with big bags, and the medium classic flaps were not really doing it for me at all. So I wanted a big bag, just because in my head, like for the price difference between a medium and a jumbo was not that much, and I just felt like it was more of a bag. I know that you don't see this bag often on my channel just because I haven't been reaching out for it a lot, but I'm definitely not gonna sell it. I love the fact that it's caviar and silver hardware because I feel like it's very, very casual, very easy to use in any type of situation, and it fits a ton. So definitely this is a very handy bag for me. I don't have any plans to sell this bag at all, and I really, really love it. Like you can see, it's quite spacey, and this bag I usually use it with a double strap, just like on the shoulder. I cannot wear this crossbody, and it looks very odd if I use it crossbody. So yeah, this is my black jumbo, and as I said, this was pre-loved. Now this is probably my most used bag in my entire collection, and this is gonna be a black medium classic flap. And I had quite a journey with this bag. So this one that I have right now, it's in lambskin with gold hardware. What basically happened, and it was complicated. So when I first got my black classic flap, and the first one that I got was actually caviar with gold hardware, and I got that one in Madrid when I think I was 20 years old. Yeah, back then when I bought it, it was around 4,000 euros. That bag, I bought it without even thinking twice. I didn't check at the store about the condition that the bag was in. I was so scared when I bought it. Like I was so scared of dropping like that much money back then on a Chanel bag that I left it on the box for weeks before I unboxed it, because it gave me the feeling that if I didn't really open it, if I backed out, if I got scared, I would be able to return it with no issues, you know? And for me, getting that bag was such an accomplishment because I saved money for years for that bag, and I never in a million years thought that I was gonna own a classic flap. And I was just, I don't know how to explain it, to be honest. I know that many of you will be able to relate, but for me, when I dropped the money for my first classic flap, I was shaking. And my mistake for not checking the bag, because when I opened it, like when I decided that I was gonna keep it, was already a couple of weeks, and it had a weird like bump like on the middle of the bottom of the bag that I definitely did not do. And the problem is that I was not in Spain the moment that I realized that it was there. So I had to wait to go back to Spain, and went to the SA, and I told her, hey, I found this in the bag, can you just like give it a check, you know? And she checked in the bag, and she told me, yeah, we have to bring this to Paris, and it's gonna take a couple of months. And I was devastated because the bag was new, I didn't do anything to it, and it was basically just, they take the bag to Paris for a couple of months, and when they came back, they told me, yeah, the bag is defective, you're gonna get another one, but you have to get it today. And I was like, today? Like, okay, I'm gonna go back to the store. And I go down to the store, and they tell me they don't have any black classic flaps at all. Not lambskin, no caviar, like no nothing. Besides, they had actually a price increase, so I had to pay for a price increase. So in order to just take something from the store, that day I left the store with my red jumbo that I sold like this year. I paid the price increase and the difference, so I had to pay like $1,000 more. So I really got like a bad taste about that experience, you know? So I was very sad that I didn't have a black medium classic flap in my collection anymore. So that's when I got my jumbo pre-loved and I was still lacking of like a bag in this size. So I saved for months and months and months and months and months, and this is when I started my channel. So I saved enough and I decided to try again. So I tried to buy one, but there was no lambskin, and at this point I was in love with lambskin already, and I just could not find a lambskin classic flap from store. So I buy a caviar one in silver hardware, exactly the same combo as my jumbo, and I was definitely not 100% happy with it. But nonetheless, I loved that bag. I always used it. It was such a loved and used bag in my collection that if you go to my Instagram, you're gonna see that my feed full of that bag. Many people told me that it was a bad idea that I switched from caviar to lambskin, but I don't know how to say it, but I don't like caviar. I just don't. For me, Chanel is lambskin, and I find joy in my bags being lambskin. I have a couple of caviars, but it has to be a very specific caviar for me to actually like it. So I definitely feel like I made the right decision. Now, this is a bag that I was obsessed with for so long, and this is my gray classic flap, and I have this since 2 years ago, more so, a little bit more I think. And this is from the 19B collection, so this is from 2019, and it's not like a gray, it's more like I don't know how to say this color, so please don't correct me. The English is not my main language, and it's taupe. I think I'm gonna put the name of the color. I think that it's something more close to that, and this is with lambskin in gold hardware, just the perfect combination. I've been looking for a gray bag for so long, and it was so weird because for so many years Chanel was not releasing gray bags. Like, they just didn't. They were not doing it. And the first time that they dropped a gray was actually this one. So I was already telling my sales associate at Chanel, if he ever got a gray classic flap, I wanted it, like it was mine. And the moment that he got this, he like put it on reserve for me, and I bought it. And since then, I just really love this bag. It's very easy to use. I have not had any type of issues with it. Like, the lambskin is just perfect. I promise you that I don't see any type of wear and tear. And yeah, I love this one so much. Now, I think this is one of the most beautiful bags that I own. I don't know, that's just my opinion, but this is my blue classic flap this was a 20 cruise collection, like the cruise for 2020, and I got this one with such an amazing story that I always love telling it. And basically, I loved this bag for years. Like, the first time that the Chanel released a color like this was a really long time ago, and then in 2019 they released the 2019 cruise collection. I tried to get that bag, but I could not afford it, so I decided to just wait it out to see if I could find it later, like pre-loved or on Facebook or resellers. You know how it goes. Thing is that it was way overpriced, and I just could not do it, and I just decided, okay, what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna save money, and if it ever comes out, I'm gonna have the savings for it. And the savings title was called like Tiffany Blue Classic Flap, like that was the name of the savings. And so a year passes from the time that they released the first shade of light blue. They released the first one December 2018, which was Cruise 2019, and then a whole year passed, and that time I was on a trip to Paris, and I got a contact of an essay in Rocambon, which is like the flagship store of Chanel. So talk about an iconic experience. I was so happy. So I sent that essay a message, and I tell him like, I'm looking for this bag, and I just been looking for it for such a long time. I already have my savings. I'm gonna be in Paris for New Year's, so if you happen to get one, please let me know and I'll just drop by the store, shalala shalala. And I kid you not, the day that we just land in Paris, he sends me a message and he tells me, hey, I got the bag, do you want to come for it? I can only save it for a couple of hours. So we just left everything at the hotel and we run into the store, and I got it. And this was such an accomplishment for me because I saved for it. I knew that I was like safe buying it, because I think that if you don't have the means to buy something more than once, then you should not get it. And it would not have been responsible from my side to buy it on the first time. And I just think that it worked out for the best, because the second time that I found it was in Paris, in Rocambon. I actually like this shade a little bit better because it's a little bit darker. So I just feel like everything worked out for the best, and I'm so happy. This bag is just beautiful. I just cannot say enough of it. I wish I used it more than I actually do, but I'm gonna gonna try to use it a little bit more this year and this summer, I promise. But yeah, definitely love this bag so much. I don't know if I forgot to mention, but the black, the blue, and the gray are medium classic flaps, and I'm gonna enter into the small classic flaps. They are just a little bit smaller. Let me bring a medium so you can compare. Well, so first the bag that I want to talk about is this baby, and this is a small classic flap in like the caramel color that they call from the 21P collection, and this is also in lambskin. My only two classic flaps that I have in caviar are my jumbo and my blue classic flap. The rest are all lambskins, so you can really tell that I mean it when I tell you that I like lambskin better. So this is on the small size, and it has champagne gold hardware, and I got this from Brittlux because I was not able to find it in store. Like something around 2020 actually changed, and I used to buy like most of my bags from the store because it was cheaper here in Mexico to buy bags. But honestly, since I think it was like May from 2020, they adjusted like the prices, and now that they are like almost $1,000 more expensive than buying them in the USA, like even more. A medium classic flap retail from Mexico is around $8,200, something like that. As of 1 year ago, I started to buy all my bags from the USA, mainly resellers or just personal shoppers, because it's just cheaper for me, even with a premium. That's something that I have to just admit up front, like it's easier for me and cheaper. And I was obsessed with this shade for so many years because in 2018 Chanel released like a trendy CC in this very similar shade, and I tried to get it but I couldn't, so that was like such a bummer. And when I saw that this 21P collection was gonna be released, I was like, I need to get it, like this is my time to shine. I need to get this color in my collection because it's like such like my color palette that I just wanted to get my hands on it. But sadly, when I got it on the store here, they told me the price, and I was like, damn, like that's the price of a premium on a reseller in the US, like even more than that. And I just decided to wait it out to see if I found one close to retail, which I was very naive. But long story short, I got it, and I'm so happy. I really love this bag. It's so soft, and the champagne gold hardware with the shade, like I think it suits me a lot in my color palette, my wardrobe. I love this bag a lot. It was the first time that I tried the small classic flaps because I never had one before, and now that I have two, I can only say that I really like the size. The strap length is actually a little bit longer than on the medium, so that's another pro if anyone likes to wear them crossbody as I do. So yeah, this is one of my favorite bags in my collection. Oh, and I brought the gray one so that you can see a little bit of a side by side. So this is a medium and this is a small. They are very similar, to be honest. Now this is my only vintage piece that I have, like truly vintage in my collection, and this one I got also obviously pre-loved. Like this bag is older than me, and this is my small vintage classic flap, and this is actually gold plated because the other bags are actually not gold plated, which is such a bummer. And you know, what can we do? Please bring back the gold plating, Chanel. So this bag is actually from 1994 and I'm from 1996, so yes, this bag is actually older than me, and it's in such an amazing condition. Like, I mean, this is so pretty. I love it. I got this from Season to Consign just recently, and honestly, what I found about getting vintage pieces, besides the fact that I want more vintage pieces, it's so easy to use them because they are like so old and so used that you don't really feel like you can do any type of damage to them anymore. Like, they are so sturdy and so well made. I feel honestly like Chanel bags were better made back then than they are now, and you can see how perfect this is. I love this bag, and as I said, this is my second small classic flap. Now we have the smallest of my classic flaps, and this is my Chanel mini, and a lot of people thought that I sold this bag, but no, I would never. This bag I got in Rome in summer of 2019. My boyfriend and I decided to go on a road trip through Italy, and it was like around 3 weeks, and it was such an amazing trip and amazing time that we had. I was so happy that when I was in Rome, I saw this one, and I don't have any other pink bags. Well, I do have one from Senreve, but this is such a perfect shade of pink with aged gold hardware. So this is, I don't really love aged gold hardware that much, but this one goes very well with the bag, so I love it. And this is on the square, also in lambskin. This was actually my first lambskin piece, and this is what made me fall in love with lambskin. And you can see the back, like the light is a little bit too bright for it, but it's such an amazing pastel pink. I've never found another shade that I like as much as this this one. And I actually get a lot of requests to sell this bag, and as I said, like I don't think that I'm gonna ever let this one go. I like the square size better than the rectangle just because the strap length is a little bit shorter, and I'm very short. I am 5'1", so I just prefer the size more. Those were my classic flaps, and now we go into my 19 bags, and I have two. This one is my also 21P collection caramel lambskin 19 bag, and this is one of my most recent unboxings. I used to have the beige one in the large size, but I honestly realized that the small makes a little bit more sense for me because of my frame. Since I'm short, like it really made more sense to just get a small size. And honestly, this bag is so comfortable. Like I swear you guys that the 19 bag is one of the most comfortable bags that you're gonna find from Chanel, because of the shape of the bag. It's gonna mold into your body, and it's so easy to just use. And one of my favorite features that this bag has is the back pocket, because it fits so much. Like it's such a massive back pocket that you could put your phone, your entire wallet, and your keys inside, and you will have no issues. And it's very roomy, so you can, like, I never really feel the bag because I don't carry that much stuff on a daily basis, but definitely I love it, and the crossbody length is just perfect. I decided to get two caramel bags from the same collection because for me this color, like dark beiges and browns, are for me the equivalent of a black. So I know that many people can just say that they can have a lot of black bags but not of other shades of color, and for me this is a very similar situation than with black. You are gonna see plenty of black bags in my collection, and for me this one was just something that when I saw it I knew that I could not get it, so I just kind of went with it, and I'm very happy because honestly I've been wearing both bags. They are so different. All of a sudden it was just so trendy and so hard to get, and I was just like, dang, how am I gonna get my hands on it if now everyone wants it? So I don't know, it was hard to get them, but now that I have them in my collection, I can truthfully say that I really love them so much, and it suits my wardrobe to the T. Like there is nothing that I cannot wear them with, well, unless maybe something very dressy, because I don't feel like they are like very dressy bags. Now this other one is something that I was so scared to buy. I swear you guys, I was so scared to get one, but I was always like, oh my god, I want one, but I could not because I was so scared of it, because everyone kept telling me not to, and when I got it I've been so happy. This is one of my favorite bags in my entire collection. I would say this enters on the top 5. So this is my Oreo tweed 19 bag, and this is from the 21S. I made a review for this collection back in October, and since the moment that I filmed that video and I found this one, I said that I wanted it, but I didn't really know when was the launching date, so I was very happy when I was able to get my hands on it. And it's such a beautiful intricate tweed that I just feel like it reminds me of a milkshake, cookies and cream milkshake. I love it so much. It's just such a neutral and so beautiful and so easy to style, because with tweed bags, something that I find a little bit hard is to be able to pair them with other outfits, because there's sometimes too much going on with tweed bags, and with this one, since it's just like cream, black and white, I find it to be very easy to use. This is also in the small size. This is the bag that made me realize that the other 19 bag that I had in the medium large size was really not working out for me, and I needed to downsize with the other one too. I also realized that it's not that hard to maintain a tweed. I'm gonna look a little bit more into it if there's something that I can spray on the bag so it doesn't get dirty that easily, but I'm gonna figure that out. In worst case scenario, I just get it professionally cleaned, but I don't think that that's gonna happen. I'm very careful with my bags. Okay, so I took a break because I was getting a little bit tired, but let's keep going. I had quite a lot of coffee, so might be shaking a little bit through this video, but yeah. Next bag is my trendy CC, and I have it in the small size in lambskin with I think this is light gold hardware. This bag I got May of last year, so I already had this bag for like a year or so, and I love this bag so much. I love the top handle. I love that it has a crossbody strap. I love that it has a back pocket, and I love that it has compartments. Like, I don't even know what else to say about this bag that is just nuts about how great it is. I just love it so much, and it's been wearing perfectly. To be honest, I haven't been wearing it a lot like for this past year, and I feel terrible about it because I love this bag so much and I wanted it for years. And I'm telling you, years. This was one of the bags that the moment that Chanel released it, I was like, oh my god, I want it. But everyone kept telling me that I looked too young for the bag, because I mean, I know that I look younger. That's the reason why on the beginning of my videos I say that I'm 24, because I get so many hate messages and comments about about my age and that I look like I'm 16 or something, and I know that I look young, but no, like I'm not. Even then, like it's more about how you style the bag, not really like the vibe that the bag gives you. Like, to be honest, this does not look like an old lady bag for me. Like this with a set of sweatpants, it's just a vibe by itself, and I wanted to get it in black because what I usually do is like the first bag that I get from like a design of Chanel specifically, I try to get it first in black and then I venture more into color, and by color I mean beige, probably in whites. I'm like that, I'm so sorry. I do however have a couple of colored bags and you cannot deny that from me. Blues and pinks and grays, you know. I do eventually want to get a pastel yellow, a pastel green, a purple, and maybe I would add an orange. I don't know. That would be something that I would be open to get like in classic flops or older bags, but definitely if someone asks me what is the most like rounded handbag that Chanel has, it's definitely this one, just because a couple of things, like it has a top handle which I love, then it's a perfect length for crossbody, and it has multiple compartments with a back pocket. So I don't know, I just feel like it's a very complete bag and I really love it. Now when downsizing my collection, I kind of make a couple of mistakes along the way, and I mean that can happen, you know, like you can sell a bag and then regret it, and this was the case with this one. But I do have to say that some good things came from that, just because one thing that I did was that I had the incorrect size, same as pretty much everything that I have changing in my collection. And my other boy bag was an old medium boy bag, and it was in calfskin with ruthenium hardware, and this one is a small boy bag in calfskin with aged gold hardware. And I just feel like the small boy bag is such a cute little bag, and I kind of wanted to give it another try. I sold my other boy bag just because I was not reaching for it, but same thing as many of what has been happening is that we started quarantine and the bag was just sitting on my shelf, and I'd rather go for my classic flops than my boy bag, so that's why I decided to let it go. But when I let it go and I was into certain situations, I was like, damn, I wish I had my boy bag, and that's when I realized that I was really missing having this one in my collection. And every time that I was just like looking at pictures and I would see the boy bag, I was like not regretting selling the other one, but just, I don't know, I just missed it. So before another price increase happened, I made the executive decision to get a boy bag again and give it another try, and this time I'm gonna keep this bag until everything goes back to normal and I can start using it again. And that's when I will decide if it was the boy bag or if it was just the entire situation that just made me want to sell it. Also, one of the things that I decided to sell it for, and it's something that I want to talk about, is because I bought another bag and I just wanted the cash back. So let's just get into that bag. But I just want to show you a little bit just how cute and such a beautiful bag this is. Also perfect crossbody length. Now this is no doubt my favorite handbag in my entire collection, and this is my Hermes birkin. And oh gosh, having this bag for me is such, I love it. Like guys, I'm so happy with this bag, and the size is just perfect for me. I was always doubting if I wanted a 30 or a 25, and for me this size is just perfect for so many reasons. But let me just present you the bag. And this is a Birkin 25 in Togo leather in the noir color, which is black with gold hardware, and I got this last December, so I have had this bag for around 6 months now. And the day that I got it, I cried, I wanted to throw up, I was shaking, and at the same time I had to make a couple of decisions. When I made my unboxing of this video, I kind of said that I went broke, that I was broke because I bought it. That's not really the case. Like, I would never buy a bag if I could not buy it more than once. Like, what I actually did is that I have a credit card that gives me points. So what I did is that I charged it to that credit card, and I immediately paid with cash, and I got points. Like, that's the only reason why I ever use credit cards. I would never use a credit card for money that I don't have, like, in my possessions, like in debit. I would never. And that's something that I just want to advise anyone. No bag is worth getting into debt. Like, never do that. And I think that I kind of gave that impression just because when I unboxed this bag, I was so overwhelmed with my emotions, my own emotions. When I mean that I went broke is because I didn't have any more bag savings anymore. Like, all my savings went to this bag, and just a little bit more than those savings, I used some of my savings for something else that I was wanting to do, like a project in my life, and I wanted to get that money back, if it makes sense. So when I got this bag, I decided to sell my old boy bag, and I also decided to sell my Chanel Jumbo, the red one that I talked about about on the beginning of the video with the bag that I got when my classic flop was effective, like that one. So that was the situation with this. I did not get into debt. I was not broke. I wanted to sell bags because it's not responsible for me to just spend the money on a bag like this and not really think about selling other bags to compensate that expense. So it really made sense for me in that moment, and that's what I did, and I'm very, very happy that I did that, because after that I was able to step back, work more, save more, and then just if I wanted to get the boy bag again, carefully thinking about it, that's what I did. So this bag for me was always like such an achievement for many couple of reasons. This is a bag that every time when I was a kid that I was watching movies, well, not a kid, more like a teen, when I was watching Gossip Girl, I would see Serena's mom, Lily, with her Birkins, and I was like, oh my god, that's a Birkin, and I love it. Every time that I would see Sex and the City, or just, you know, any type of fashion related movies or TV shows, I was just all about the bag, and I just don't know how to explain the reasons, like my reasoning behind it, but I always said, like, when I'm an adult and when I'm successful, I just want to have one. I didn't know at that moment, like, everything that came behind how to acquire one. I didn't know that, and when I started like into the luxury handbag world, I realized that it was not as easy as it seemed, and honestly, I got freaking lucky, and I don't have any other explanation for it. People ask me a lot if I had to spend a lot of money at Hermes, and I really didn't have to. I don't really think that there is a rule at Hermes when it comes to a spending limit to be able to get one of the quota bags. I just feel like it comes down to the essay that you get, and if the essay likes you and if you like them, you cannot be pushy. Definitely, I was never expecting to get the bag. When I came into the store and when they asked for my wish list, never in a million years I thought that I was gonna get offered the bag. First of all, as soon as I did, and the exact bag that I wanted, like this was my first thing on my wish list, like black with gold hardware in the 25 size, and the fact that I got it, I'm still floored. And I understand, like with my unboxing video, like I've been this close to making that video private or turning the comments off, because I get so much hate because people say that I don't know enough about the brand, which is also like, that's a lie. I know my things, and I did my previous research before I got it, and I do appreciate so much this bag, and I realized how lucky I was to get it. And just because I just feel like some people think that just because I got this one, it's gonna take away from them possibly getting theirs, and I honestly don't like that about the Hermes community. I just feel like there's a lot of like bad things behind getting bags. I just feel like it should be an enjoyable experience and something that you can only be happy about, not stressed. And that's why I got it, because if it would have been like a stressful journey, I would not have done it, to be honest. I just feel like it's not for me, and I will continue to buy Hermes bags. I really want a Constance. I want so many SLGs, and when I move and I get like my own owned house, because right now I'm renting and I'm gonna move overseas, so it's not really worth it to get any type of home pieces. So that's why I have not really got into that, and also because every SLG that I want is not available, so I need to wait for that too. And I get a lot of questions if I plan to get another bag soon, and I'm not actively looking for it. My essay has my wish list, and if a bag comes around, I'll get it. I'll probably do. I have my savings for that bag, and I'm still gonna work so hard to be able to keep saving money, to be able to just get where I want to in life, but also to be able to get the bags that I want without compromising anything else. I want to be very responsible in that matter. But yes, this is my favorite bag in my entire collection. Such an amazing thing that happened to me, and yeah, I just don't want any more negativity that comes from this. If I ever do another Hermes unboxing, I don't know how I'm gonna make that approach. Still think about it, because I just don't want to make anyone upset. I don't want to make anyone feel bad about how they are acquiring their bags. I'm just being honest. I think I got freaking lucky. Oh, I forgot to mention that besides of everything, this bag is so comfortable and so easy to use with anything. I just feel like it's such a casual bag. I can use it with casual outfits, and it can also be a very dressy bag. I definitely, it's more than I ever expected. I like it more than I ever expected. expected. And the fact that this is my favorite bag in my collection, it's not only because it's a Birkin, it's because how much I like reaching out for it, and because of the size, it's just very easy to put it on your lap and do your stuff, because I don't really like to put it like other places, you know. So definitely the 25 size works amazing for me. I definitely would like to try on a Kelly, but on the smaller size too. So maybe at 25. I would maybe try at 28. I don't know, I would have to try that on because I don't really know how it looks on me. Like, I tried it on before, but I forget how it actually looks. So yeah, I kind of want to test that out first. Now, this is one of the bags that I say that I scored the big time, because I said like a couple of months ago I started venturing into bags that I always wanted, and I always wanted a velvet bag. And for my birthday, that it's November 20th, like I don't have very great experiences with my birthdays. I'm not those types of girls that are like, oh my god, my birthday is coming. Not at all. I just want the day to pass by, just be busy that day. I don't know, I don't like, there's reasons behind it that I don't want to talk about, but I don't enjoy my birthdays. And this time I think that I was just also lucky, because there was a Yves Saint Laurent sale. There was specifically this bag, the Lulu, that I always wanted. The Lulu, I still want one in the large size just for like work and traveling and stuff, but they told me that they had a Yves Saint Laurent sale on my birthday. Like, the SA sent me the message telling me if I was interested, and I go to the store and I found a beautiful toy velvet bag, and it fits my phone, and I just feel like it's such a cute bag. And honestly, from all my bags that you are seeing, if I were to use a bag like for a more elegant or like nighttime thing, I would use this one. I just feel like it's like the most elegant one and the cheapest of them all, probably, because I paid like $600 for this one because it was discounted because of the sale. So I was very happy to score this bag. And this is something really funny about that, you can compare this bag to like one of my Chanel's, and I still love this bag so much, and I find a lot of joy from using it, that I just feel like I've come to the point where I have such a rounded collection. And I love this one because it's velvet, and I do have a golden retriever, and yes, she sheds a lot, so I have to keep cleaning this bag up constantly just because it always gets like her hairs on. But definitely I love it so much, and so cute. It has compartments. I feel like the Lulu is one of the best designs of handbags that Yves Saint Laurent has. Now I want to dive into other two brands that I have. Like, these are the last bags in my collection, and the first one that I want to talk about is Polene, and this is the number 8, and this bag was gifted to me, but they didn't ask me to film or anything. I just wanted to try it out, and honestly I really like it. I'm not a fan of bucket bags, but this one has been like such a cute addition to my collection, and the color is perfect. And I want to show you, because this is not gray, this is more like taupe, and I'm gonna show you how the shade of my gray classic flap is a little bit close to this one. So not that close as I expected to show on the screen, but you can see like it's not really a gray bag, but definitely love this one. Polene, for the quality that they have, I feel like they're an amazing price point. So if you were looking for one, get this one in the small size, as a handbag. It's so pretty, and it does have a crossbody strap, but I definitely prefer to use it as a top handle. These are my last two, and they are Senreve bags. I just want to state that it's not sponsored. They don't even know that I'm filming this video, and I would not have them in my collection if I didn't like them. I do have to be honest on something. These bags have been amazing during this whole year. So this is the small one that I have, and this is the mini maestra in the pink. I think the color is like blush or something. So this is the mini one, and this is the midi, and this one is in the pebbled leather, and this one is like a softer leather, and I like this one a little bit more than the mini one just because it fits a little bit more. And for me, the most amazing part of these bags is actually the organization on the inside. Still have this inside. So these bags have been like a massive workhorse for me. This bag I have used for work, for school, for traveling, for grocery shopping, for anything that I want to do that I really don't want to think twice about any of my bags. It's such an amazing bag because it has a top handle, it can be crossbody, and it can be a backpack, and it fits so much. I honestly really like them, and they even have feet, so you don't really have to worry about putting them on the floor. So I was not going to include SLGs here, but I want to do like a fast fast forward because I don't really have many of them anymore, so I think that it's gonna be very easy to just show them to you. So where I downsized the most was definitely on SLGs, and SLG stands for small leather goods, and this can be wallets, key holders, card holders, and I had so many because during 2020, specifically on the beginning of 2020, I just found like an escape in buying a lot, and I'm guilty of this, and I'm not proud of it, but I was buying a lot of SLGs just because they kind of made me busy, excited, you know, and it's like, it's not that expensive, so you can get a couple of them in a couple of months, and it's like not that big of a deal. But when I realized how much money I actually had on SLGs, I decided to just sell them, and I sold so many that I never even showed on my channel. So I'm just gonna show you the ones that I have remaining, and the first two that I want to show you are my O cases from Chanel, and these two I love. This is another Tiffany blue that goes matching with my bag that I love, and this one I have like in this gold, and I use this for hair ties, anything that I want to have in my bag like a catch-all. So really love them. So this is from the reissue collection, and this was a gift Christmas, and thank you for the person who gifted me this. And this one I got like a while ago, and I love it. Now for my wallets, I have two, and this is my Snap card holder. This is the one that I'm currently using and that I constantly use, so this is my most used SLG. It has all my cards on the inside, and you can see pretty much it's full, so definitely love this one. I have it in lambskin because I love lambskin. And my other wallet is this one, and this is in the gray from 20C, and this is a little bit darker than my classic flap, and this has champagne gold hardware and has a pocket on the back, and since it's zippered, it has compartments. Love this wallet, but I don't feel like I need it anymore, so I also sold the big one, the large wallet that I had from Chanel in this same shade. I got rid of that one too. Now this one I don't use that much anymore, but I could not let it go because this was my first Chanel piece ever, and this is my Chanel card holder in the caviar with gold hardware, and I got this one as my first taste of, I don't know, like Chanel, like the leather and everything. I got this while I was living in Paris, and I just wanted to get like my first bag, and I decided to go for this, and oh my god, I was so happy. This is the item that started like my Instagram account, so definitely love it so much, and it has held up amazing. Like, it's very flat, like the quills have definitely flattened out, but I love it. I don't use it anymore as much because I prefer to use this one, but I definitely will never sell this because it was like my first piece. Now this I do use on a daily basis, and this is my key clasp from Louis Vuitton, and this is in damier graphite. So this is from the men's collection. So yeah, this is always inside my bags, and the reason that I wanted to buy this one is because most of the Chanel bags that I have are leather on the inside, and I don't want the keys scratching it, so it's very easy to just have this inside. Very handy. I would love to get this in the Chanel version, but I think that I'm pretty fine with only having it in canvas from Louis Vuitton. Now I have two, and this is very special. This was also gifted to me, and it has a beautiful flower, and it has a pocket here. It also has like, you can put cards here, and it has a zipper. So this was a gift, and I just love it so much. I use it very frequently, and I love it because it has like many compartments, but it's very flat and easy to use. And the last one that I have is also my first piece from Louis Vuitton, and this was my first my first luxury item was actually my Gucci A sneakers, but this was my first like Louis Vuitton item ever, so I love it so much. It's definitely like not in the best condition. Like, the inside is separated from the canvas, so it's a little bit like bubbly, but I definitely don't plan to sell it. It's something very handy to always have. And this is in the monogram canvas. Whew, so that was it. This was such a long video. If you're still watching, please let me know. I never know how many of you guys stick to the end of the video, and I know that this was definitely a long one, so this is just my collection. I would love to know if you guys have any favorites in my collection, or just anything that you think that I should add. So yeah, and I'm a bit tired, so I'm gonna go rest a little bit. Thank you so much for watching, and if you could consider subscribing to my channel, I would love that. So please consider subscribing and click the notification bell down below so you don't miss any of my videos. And if you're not done watching my channel, I'm gonna leave you 2 videos right here, so please consider checking them out. And yeah, thank you, and see you on the next one. Bye!